Hi, I am Marcel Guevara, VP of Environmental Health and Safety with ehsAI. Today, I want to present our platform and tell you how we can help you to have better health and safety data, to have a better knowledge, to improve your compliance, at the end of the day, to improve your performance. As a health and safety professional myself, I keep reviewing every year to see how we are doing in our incident rates of recordable incidents. And we still see that the numbers are do not improving as they should be. When we see the total number of fatal work injuries, they are actually increasing. As a rate, they are pretty flat. This graph here means that last year, over 5,000 people lost their life due to health and safety or work related injuries or illness. This is way too much. We can do better. We have to do better. All around the world, governments keep pushing and keep creating notice of violation, keep fining companies when they are not doing the right thing. It's not only mining, it's in manufacturers all around the world, it's transportation, distribution centers. It's not only in the US, it's in the Canada, we can see this in the UK. This is still issue and every year governments keep raising and raising the values of the fines. We are doing that. They are doing that in order to improve, to force companies to do better. And even these days, some companies still showing, indicating that ignorance may be the reason why they are having those events or those lack of safety measures in their place. And it's very clear. We know that very clear that ignorance can be used as a defense. Not always is negligent from the side of the companies. We know that there's a lot of information out there in order to be in compliance. It's not only the laws and regulations that every company need to comply with, but then we have all the standards and directive associated to those regulations that you need to comply with. Companies may have permits, especially in the environmental field, and then every company have planned procedures that are linked to those uh, standards or regulations that again they need to comply. There's SDAs, it's a lot of source of information, it's a lot of health and safety information that we need to be aware in order to be in full compliance. And it's hard, I understand, it's very hard. So what we can do is, and we are doing, and we develop ehsAI, is to help you, to help every single health and safety professional to do better. What we can do in our platform? Our platform is developed with artificial intelligence. This is the machine learning. This is the machine learning behind every single document. It's a term used in NLP or natural language processing. That means that the machine is reading the documents, the human documents, and is understanding those. That analysis is helping us to identify, map, and track each regulatory citation and permit condition that affect your company. Or you can do it with the procedures. And again, you will identify and extract easily every single requirement that you need to comply with. And of course, all this information is transferred in Excel or that can be migrated to your software in order to identify those. We have here every single year OSHA published the most frequently cited standards, and there are a lot. Last year was fall protection. Let me show you. Let me take this example to see you how ehsAI can help you to go to this process. When you log in into our platform, you can drag every single procedure, every single standard or document that you can deconstruct. But also we have access to all the federal standards and we can easily extract every single document of the federal code of regulations, extract it and analyze it. So let's go to the fall protection examples that was the lead cause from last year. We just type your title part and subpart, and you can right away can extract all the information into platform, and we will see from here. In the same, the algorithm is picking all, is going to the government website and is extracting all the information. This way, you can make sure that every time that you go here, you have the more update information. For this example, we will bring some only few pages. So here you can see document have 38 pages, and we can look for page 4 is when you have started your duty to have on full protections. So for this example, you can select the pages, and you can select a few pages for this range, and you just can start the process. Here and in this first example, in this first step, the machine will have 7 different algorithms. So that will be able to track, digest, and get every single information that you need to know out of your documents and put it in a way and organize information. In the first step, the machine is going to look for the structure of the documents. To make it faster, let me push here. So in this step, you will have it, I did it before for you. So you can see the structure. The platform is identifying every single file, every single part of the document, and is identified when there is a table, where is a figure, where is a footnote that it will be ignored. When tables need to be extracted, they will identify as a table. The next algorithm will extract every single character, every single word, formula, and this will be extracted here. In this case, it's a PDF, converted PDF is easy, but you can work pretty complex and low quality scan documents, and again, will be extracted here. Always in this page, you can compare, you can do, the platform allows you to do a quick look of every single of pages of your document and review it. In this case, the table, you can see, you always can pull your original PDF and you can see the tables right from the regulation. Once you convince or you review that everything worked pretty well, you can go to the citations. This algorithm here now is looking for, we want to make sure that every requirement that you are extracting is unique. So here the algorithm identify every single citation and all the levels of those, the A, the 1, the B, all these numbers are identified as a citation, that which is the first step in order to organize the information properly. In the hierarchy stages, the algorithm is going to review and is make sure that the order is right. Sometimes when we look at parameter or procedure, you may have 2 or 3 layers, but in this case, you can in the CFR you can sometimes find 6 or 7, even depth in the depth of those citations. So you can see that the A is the second depth and the 1 is the third depth. And it's easy here because if you know how complex can get the CFR, so definitely the way that the algorithm identify all this structure is the easy way that when we extract it, we know exactly what information we are managing. As I mentioned of the natural language processing, the algorithm read every single sentence in your document and identify here what is a requirement, what is a recommendation, and what is a description. Normally, description are all this information that is not relevant, is marked as a gray, but all those information that may be an optional requirement, or maybe is something that is a voluntary compliance that I have the may or the should in the construction is labeled as a recommendation here. So in this case, if the fall protection they have different axes, they can be added as a in lieu of the previous requirement. So all this in green will be highlighted of your requirements, and in blue your recommendation or optional requirements. Once you review and make sure that all this is right, the algorithm is looking for those smart fields. The idea here is that all this key information from each of your requirement is identified, is kept clearly. So those weekly or monthly or by December 31st are being identified here in order that you can extract this into your software, into your compliance calendar, and you know exactly when you need to do these activities. So you can see here frequently some of those terms immediately that have some legal connotations are being identified. Those here you can see at a 6 month intervals or once a week, all these are labeled, and you will see that all these are presented in the final document. When you go here to the conjunction, is the last step, and it's kind of the last approach to organize the information in a proper way. You will see here, you can we call parent and children, but you can see here when the information is presented that you should do one of the following. That is only one requirement. Like in this case, you should implement one of the following measure, and you have the option of 1, 2, and 3. The algorithm identify this as a one requirement. Therefore, you will have process C together with 1, 2, and 3. But the algorithm is pretty smart here, the machine, and when they identify that you should do multiple requirements, in this case, the guardrail system shall comply with the following provisions, and then you have the 1 and the 2, and each one those are independent. They will keep those as a separate aspect. So again, that will identify this as a multiple requirements, and then will be presented in separate rows. So once you are complete, that you have reviewed all the information that you want in your document, you just click here that the document is finalized, and now the machine is extracting all the information. In this case, the machine, you will see this first in the platform. Here you will have all the information that you extracted from the document, basically 52 requirements, some you will see here that all the information is presented in this column here. Every single sentence is labeled as a requirement, recommendation, or description. And then in this column here, you will have you will present the clear and requirement well organized. So in this case, we were seeing those are presented with the specific information. You can see the tables that they extracted here, and then you can have all this information presented in Excel. So here you can click the download, and you can open the document, and you can find that Excel document that again you can use as your checklist. You can use as to import to your compliance calendar, or you can import it to your software data. In this case, you can see all the requirements presented here clearly and well organized for you import. And then you have the table that was there was also imported here. So basically, all the information that you require to have from all your regulations, you can have it in one click and extract it to the information. Going back to our presentation, if you want to learn more about how we can help you, how you can use information not only from here for your process and procedures, please contact me at marcel.guevara@ehsAI.com, or you can look at us on LinkedIn and our webpage. Thank you very much for attention. Please remember that we need to do more in order to make sure that our health and safety performance improve. Our vision is to eliminate death on the job by year 2050. Help us to accomplish that.